Hey everybody, I am Surbhi and you are watching Key Differences. In today's video, we will talk about the difference between oral communication and written communication. So friends, without further ado, let's get started. Oral communication. You should take a note that anything that is produced from mouth, be it a sound or words, are covered under oral communication. It may consist of both words and the manner in which words are spoken. Now we will look at its definition. Oral communication implies the type of direct communication wherein exchange of message takes place between people through spoken words. So this can be a talk, conversation, dialogue, discussion, speech, etc. Speaking and listening are the two main components of oral communication. It may take place through face-to-face communication or communication through electronic or mechanical devices. It plays a crucial role in our day-to-day life. It is a speedy two-way process as the message is conveyed instantly, that is the message can travel back and forth without any delay. This is because the receiver can respond to the message immediately, that makes the process interactive. Remember that in oral communication, words should be chosen wisely because once the words are spoken, it cannot be erased or taken back, and so there is a sense of finality with what is spoken. Any slip of tongue or wrong use of words can create an embarrassment and unintentional hurt. Moving on to the methods of communication. Based on the nature of situation, oral communication is carried out between individuals and groups. Hence, among individuals, oral communication can be practiced as face-to-face communication, telephone conversation, interview, discussion. On the other hand, among groups, it can be practiced as speech, seminar or presentation, meetings, video conference, and negotiations. Coming to written communication. Friends, you must take a note that while speech comes to us naturally and spontaneously, writing comes after continuous practice and proper organization of thought. Hence, for an effective written communication, long practice and patience in learning are required. Come, let us understand its meaning. Written communication is a formal business communication. It takes place when the sender of the message uses textual mode to transmit the message to the receiver. It is a well-structured form of communication wherein the writer picks apt words that suits the message and context. He also keeps in mind the receptivity of the reader while presenting the message. Further, to make the communication structured, it is important to gather all the necessary information, facts and figures beforehand. In this regard, writing skills and word power play a crucial role to make the written communication better and effective. Written communication can reach vast geographical area and it can target readers all around the world. However, this reach is confined to the literate population only. Also, it turns out as a record which can be preserved over time. Consequently, one can access them for reference or study in future. Unlike oral communication, before finalizing and dispatching the piece of writing, words can be substituted and thoughts can be rearranged. In business setting, the executive prepare draft and revise them until a best version emerges. There are a number of tools which are frequently used in case of written communication, which includes fax, mail, courier, printer, photocopier, etc. Moreover, written communication is suitable for lengthy messages which is difficult to convey orally. In fact, it is easier to convey facts, charts, graphs, tables, and diagrams through written communication. Moving on to the methods of communication. Written communication is an important part of business communication. Whether the communication takes place with those who are working inside or with the outside parties, that is clients, customers, creditors, bank, etc. So, the methods of written communication in an organization includes report, email, letters, SMS, notice or circulars, manual or handbook, memo, contract, etc. Coming to the difference between oral communication and written communication. Oral communication is when ideas, information and message is exchanged through spoken words between the sender and the receiver, whereas in written communication there is an interchange of message, information and ideas in written, typed or printed form between the parties concerned. Next, in case of written communication, there is a precondition that the participants must be literate and have the knowledge of the language used during the communication so that they can write as well as read and understand the message transmitted. However, in case of oral communication, literacy of the participants is not that important, but They have to be aware of the language in which the communication takes place so as to understand the message. Next, oral communication is characterized by quick transmission of the message. Hence, it provides immediate feedback and clarification. Also, the receiver can ask questions, make comments, etc. However, written communication is a time-consuming process because encoding, transmission, decoding and interpretation of the message takes time, which leads to delays. Along with that, postal delays also consumes a lot of time, which slows down the entire communication process. Next, when it comes to the size of audience, oral communication is best when the size of the audience is small, whereas if the size of audience is large, written communication is best. Next, one of the greatest advantage of written communication is that it can be presented and used as a permanent record, reference or evidence in future whenever required. Whereas in case of oral communication, there is no such proof or document which can be saved for later use. Non-verbal cues. In case of oral communication, non-verbal cues like gestures, postures, body language, eye contact, etc. can be used along with the message for effective transmission and interpretation. But in case of written communication, non-verbal cues cannot be used because it is a kind of passive communication between the participants. Message revision. In oral communication, the words once spoken cannot be taken back or reversed, so message revision is not possible. In case of written communication, the message can be revised multiple times until the best version is available before it is delivered. Suitability. Oral communication works best when the message is short and simple because the recipient do not have to remember all the details in one go. As against, written communication is appropriate when the message is lengthy because it lets the recipient to go through the details several times. Next, possibility of misunderstanding. In case of oral communication, the possibility of misunderstanding is high because there are certain words with multiple meanings which can result in misinterpretation of the message. Also, when the message is transmitted from one person to another, message distortion is possible. This is because the hearing capability and level of perception of two people is different. Conversely, written communication is unambiguous and accurate. The sender usually drafts message with great care and caution, and in this way the chances of misunderstanding and confusion are comparatively less or sometimes very rare. So friends, this brings me to the end of this lesson. I hope the concepts has been clear now. However, if you want to study the topic further in detail, you can visit our official website, that is keydifferences.com. Here you can find a detailed comparison of oral communication and written communication along with their definitions. Links are also provided in the description box below. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please do give it a thumbs up and share it with other people. Also, if you are new here and wanna get more such useful videos, consider subscribing this channel and also hit the notification bell next to the subscribe button so that you are notified every time a new video is uploaded on this channel. And if you have any queries or feedback for me, feel free to leave in the comment section below. Until next time, this is me Surbi signing off.